So you have your KeeperHub account, your wallet is now also connected, and you've built your first workflow. Now, the next question could be, what else can I go ahead and automate? And once that automation is running, how do I actually make sure that it's working as intended? And that's what this video will intend on covering. We will focus on two places, two areas where you'll probably spend most of your time in KeeperHub. The hub section that you see here, and also the analytics section where you can make sure that your workflows are running as intended. But we're going to go ahead and start with the hub section because I do believe this requires the most emphasis. This section here is essentially, as a title also entails, is a hub of Web3 templates that you can use for various DeFi strategies. You can very easily search for a template based on keywords. So if I typed in Oracle, it will look through all the descriptions and also the naming conventions of all the workflows in the hub, and it will showcase them. You can see Chronicle has a few, and also Chainlink has a few. You can also search for the specific protocol. So if I search for cow, you can see that we had 3 workflows that are tied to the cow protocol. Below that, we then have the 20 plus protocols that we have native nodes for. If you pick Aave v3, we will be adding v4 as well very soon. You can see the nodes that are specific to Aave or that are native to Aave that are available to use. Great way to kind of get inspiration on various different workflows that you could use these actions in. And the next 2 actions, you can see workflows. Here you can actually go ahead and use the template and it will copy it over to your organization. Or if you're a bit unsure if that's what you want to do, you can preview it first. And once you preview, you can then also decide to copy it over. But you can then click through the different nodes and be like, all right, this is exactly what I want, and then copy it over. If we go back to the hub then, and scroll further down, we now have the template section. We've just added, like as of, I think yesterday, the ability to actually upvote various different workflows. So for instance, you can see right now, the top voted one is the safe multi-sig pending transactions decoder. And this has 2 upvotes. If I were to try upvote it in the bottom right corner, it tells me you need to use this template first. And this is just to make sure that we actually verify usage before voting. You can downvote as well if it doesn't work as intended. And the idea here is to create a very sort of community-driven approach so that we help each other out. We provide DeFi strategies in the hub that users can use or AI agents can use. All right, so the next step for me really is, instead of just scrolling through them, I want to find a workflow that I want to use. And the workflow that I had in mind is a Sky related workflow. I was thinking actually of going with the Sky USDS Savings Auto-Deposit. So I'm going to go ahead and press use template, and you'll see it'll duplicate it and it will create it in my environment now. And there's a description here, and most of these workflows, and that's depending on the creator, but the intention with it, at least the ones we create, is we always try to give you kind of a high level understanding of what this workflow's intention is, and also then how to make this workflow your own, because it's not going to work out of the box. You'll need to change a few things. So the example here, tells you that, with any idle USDS stablecoin sitting in your wallet, doesn't earn anything. So it's suggesting that you can use the Sky Savings Rate Vault to let you earn yield on it. But instead of having to manually deposit every time you accumulate balance, this workflow will instead run daily at 9 a.m. to check your USDS balance, and then, actually go ahead and deposit it into the SUSDS, so the savings rate, automatically when it reaches a certain threshold. And then more importantly here, to make it yours, you have to replace a wallet address in the check USDS balance. As you can see, your address. And if we go back here, decide on a threshold in the condition, because maybe 100 is too high or too low for you. Connect your wallet integration, and then also, go ahead and connect your Discord connection. So all of these, small things you need to change. Of course, the trigger here can also, you can decide, when you actually want this to run. Maybe every day is a bit too excessive. Maybe you just want it to be every Monday. at 9 a.m. instead. That's entirely up to you. So if we go back to the hub, that was just, one of many different templates that we have available here. At any time, you can also decide that you want to actually contribute to this environment. Then I highly suggest, going to the workflow that you've created. And once you're happy with it, you'll see there's a button here called Private Workflow. We can click on Share. And here you can then decide, all right, the naming convention, and also add any tags, and you can actually share it, and it will be added to the community hub here with the workflows as intended. So in a nutshell, that is the hub. Now, if we move into the second section that I spoke about at the start, that is the analytics. At the top here, you can see, you can check this out based on, 4 different time intervals: 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days, and so forth. If you look at 1 hour, we haven't actually run any executions. This is just my demo environment, so I don't have anything that's running cron-based, just manual-based. But the last 24 hours, I was doing some executions yesterday for the Wallet Watcher tutorial video. And here you can actually see the total runs for all of them succeeded, the average duration, and also how much gas I've spent, 0.0001 ETH. Then you can actually look at the run specifically, and you can see what actually happened. So you kind of have this really nice high-level audit trail of all your executions across the board, which is especially important if all of a sudden you have, workflows, automations running, every minute, every day, and it accumulates over time. This is also especially useful if you then want to go ahead and filter errors out and uncover why have they not been working, or if there's anything that was canceled or this and that. You have that entire status overview here. You can even search for them or search for the specific projects. We have the 2 Sky ones here. Like if I were to click in on Sky, you'll see only those 2 show up. But if I'm on all runs, then we'll have also the Wallet Watcher tutorial listed here. There's a hyperlink, so you can click on it, and it will actually take you directly to that specific workflow so that you can go ahead and then configure it if necessary. Like if you find any errors in the analytics, jump over, make the necessary changes to make sure that it's up and running as intended. But those were the 2 sections that I wanted to uncover. In the next video, we're going to talk more about kind of how AI agents can use KeeperHub, and also briefly touch on this new section called earnings, which we're about to launch, where you'll be able to actually make money on different DeFi strategies that you go ahead and deploy to KeeperHub. But I hope this was useful, and I hope to see many more useful, DeFi strategies added to the community here by you. And as always, feel free to ask any questions in our Discord server, Telegram community, YouTube, comments, you name it, all the good stuff. And yeah, thank you very much for listening. Have a good one.